Good afternoon, everyone. Jen at Ink Paper Rubber here on Friday afternoon. We are back with another Facebook Live with lots of fun goodies to show you. So I am so glad that you could join us today. Today we have, I do have a few items that are not included in our closeout sale. So these are regular price. I have a few brand new items. Hey, Tracy. And a restock of some fairly new items, and we'll show those at the first. And just a reminder, those are not clearance price, they are regular price, and I will tell you what the prices of those are. But then we also have some other merchandise that is new merchandise that is at closeout prices, and our current closeout price right now is 30% off, but the items that I'm going to show you in the Facebook Live today, you can get them for 40% off if you purchase them during our live sale today. Some of these items I have multiples of, and some I only have one of. So if you see something that you like, definitely be sure and jump right on it. What you just need to do is don't even need to type in sold. You can just type in the name of the item that you want. If you have some questions about whether you may have already purchased an item, just go ahead and put a question mark after the name, and I will double check. Obviously, I can only check on things that you have purchased new here, but if you're not sure, just put a question mark, and I will be happy to check on it. And if you already have it, then we'll let the next person in line have it. The way it works is that the first person that comments is the one that gets it. If I have multiples of the items, we just go in order and fill it that way. I do want to warn you that Facebook can be kind of strange, and you may think that you see your comment pop up first, but that's not always the way it shows up on mine. I think sometimes other people's comments are delayed on yours, and I go through at the very end after I'm done with the video, and I go through and have Facebook sort the comments in orders, and that's how we decide who gets what. So if you do get the items you want, you won't hear from me. We would just ask that you come in to pick them up and pay for them by the end of this weekend, or if you cannot make it in, give us a call and you can pay over the phone. But if you didn't get something, then I will reply to your comment and let you know that someone else beat you to it. So let's go ahead and let's get started. The first items that I'm going to show you are items that are not included in our closeout pricing. They are regular price. We have some new items. This is a new Penny Black stamp set. It's called Here to Xmas, and it is $10. And you can see it is a little mini clear set, and it lets you build your own sentiments. A time to slow down, simplify, a time of magic, a time of giving. So I always like these sets that let you kind of build your own sentiment. So that one is Here's to Xmas. It is $10. And here is a full-size Penny Black stamp set. It is called Christmas Moments. It is $18. Penny Black always has really great sentiment sets, and this one is no exception. Lots of really great sentiments and fonts on here in different sizes. Some larger ones that would be good for the inside of the card. So this one is Christmas Moments, and it is $18. We also have a new stencil set from Tailored Expressions. This one is called The Right Angle, and it is $21. You actually get 3 different stencils in here, and I will show you samples at the end of this, and this one I think will make more sense. I forgot to do it last week, but I made myself a note, so hopefully we'll remember. But you can see you get these 3 different stencils that have these different triangles and shapes in different places, and so you can make a really amazing multicolored background with this. This one is called The Right Angle, and it is $21. We have a couple of Tailored Expressions items that we got in a couple of weeks ago, but they sold out very quickly. Again, these are not currently clearance priced. We got more of the TE tool tray in. This is $10, and let me come over here and show you ours in action. You can put your blender brushes in it. You can put paint brushes. You can put scissors in it, just kind of all kinds of things. This is rubbery and has give, and you have different sizes. So these tool trays are really, really nice. That is $10. And we also got in the smaller, their new blending brush set. This is the pastel blender brush set. It is $25 and it has 5 brushes. I love how they have the colored handles on them, because that way you can keep them for your color families. And even if you have their other brushes, these are great because you can use them more for your pastel or lighter colors. And if you haven't gotten into the brushes yet, this is a little less expensive with only the 5 brushes in it. So that is the pastel blender brush set for $25. The other new thing that we got in is we got in the new Distress Color Rustic Wilderness. All of those of you that put in pre-orders for it, I have all of your products here. I do have just a few left. Definitely it pays to pre-order. The first thing I have is the Rustic Wilderness Embossing Glaze. It is $6. And if you're not familiar with the embossing glaze, then this works just like regular embossing powder, but it has more transparency. It's not opaque like most of them do. So these are really awesome. That is the new embossing glaze for $6. We also have the Rustic Wilderness Distress Paint in the flip top cap, and this is $4. And I do have the regular Distress ink pad, and that is $6. I did not get all of my order of oxides, and so my first shipment went to fill those, but I should have more oxides coming. So if that's something you want, you definitely want to get a pre-order in for that. So that is the regular Rustic Wilderness Distress Pad for $6. All right, now we are moving into items that are closeout prices, and I have made myself a little cheat sheet, so I will try and let you know what the actual closeout price is on all of these. The first thing that I have is I have some liquid watercolors from Tailored Expressions, and these are closeout priced at $3. I have 3 colors. I have Oreo, which is black, and I have Toffee, which you can see is a really pale sandy taupe or brown color. And I also have Chocolate Truffle, which is a nice rich brown color. Liquid watercolors are really great because they are very intense, so they last for a very long time. And they're also, I think, it makes it easier to mix up a consistent blend of colors, because the dropper makes it easy to get the same number or the same ratios of your colors together. So that one is the Tailored Expressions liquid watercolors, and those are $3. We do still have, at one time we kind of dabbled in some jewelry, and that kind of never went very far, but we do still have some really great jewelry products. I know a lot of you crafters like to dabble in other crafts besides just paper crafts and card making, and so I just wanted to show you some of the jewelry products we have. This is not all of them, but the first thing I have is some crystal clay, and this is clearance priced for $9, and this is a 2-part epoxy clay, so it cures without any heat. You mix them together. This one is black when it is done, and you mix the 2 parts together, and you have a pretty fair amount of time. And what you can do, as you can see in the samples here, is it allows you to set things. You can use it in a pendant blank or a ring blank or something like that, and it allows you to set things in it, but when it cures, you don't have to heat it, and it becomes nice and solid. And something that works really, really great with the crystal clay are these little chatons, and you can see these are like little gemstones here. You can see they're nice and sparkly. Now these are not flat backed, so these would not work to go on your card. I think you can see there they have kind of like this little pyramid shape. They come to a point on the back, but they are great to push into the crystal clay, and then all you see is the crystal that shows on the top. These, you can see you get this whole vial of crystals, and these are on clearance for $4.50. I have a lot of different colors here. This one is topaz. You can see that pretty yellow. This one is garnet. It is hard to see, but that's going to be a really deep, rich red. I think you can kind of catch some of that color there. I have opal. And I have black ones. Those are very elegant, nice and shiny. And I also have some turquoise. So those are all just $4.50 per vial for all of those colors. I also have here some rosary chain if you are into jewelry making. This has the gold rosary chain with the pearls, and this is on sale for $5.40, and it is long. This is 36 inches long, so this is nice and long. You can use it all as is, or you can cut pieces apart to use it in your jewelry making. All right, let's go on to some more typical paper crafting products. First thing I have for you is another Penny Black sentiment set. This one is called the Merry Builder, and this one is on clearance for $5.40. Again, it's a mini set, and you can see you can build your own sentiment. 'Tis the season to be merry. May your Christmas be merry. Merry little Christmas wishes. Lots of ways you can combine this. This is the Merry Builder set, and it is on sale for $5.40. I can see someone is looking ahead, and that is fine. Next up, we have a set from Sunny Studio. This is a stamp and die set. It is called Classy Christmas, and this is on clearance for $24.60. It has a lot of really beautiful elements. It has the poinsettias. It has some pine branches, leaves, berries, pine cones, and it does come with the complete die set. So this is the Classy Christmas stamp and die set, clearanced for $24.60. Next up, we have a really great memory box die. This is the old-fashioned signpost die, and it is now on clearance for $15.60. And this, you can see, has the signpost. It has the 3 different signposts. You can leave them all on there, or you can just snip off the ones that you don't want. And it has 2 dies. I believe the post is 1 die, and it has another die that has the signs on it. So this is the old-fashioned signpost die, and it is on clearance for $15.60. All right. We can see that somebody was peeking ahead. I know at least one of these. I have more than one of them. These are some layering dies from Birch Press Design. You get 3 different dies in each set. This first one is the Bell Ornament Layer die, and it is on sale for $24. And you can see here what you get when you layer up the different layers together. Now, I do want to point out the Noel is a die that is not included, and the topper die is not included in here. We used a topper die from another set, but this is what the Bell ornament looks like. And we also have the Twinkle ornament set. This one is also on clearance for $24. And this is what that ornament looks like when you make it all up. Again, the topper is not included on it, but the rest of it is. All right, another memory box die. This is a full A2 card size die. This one is the Pinpoint Burst Plate, and it is on clearance for $15.60. This one, I believe, does cut out the outside rectangle, and then it does all these little pinpoint dots in there, so you can see it makes this really wonderful background. That is the Pinpoint Burst Plate. It is on clearance for $15.60. Next up, we have some really great Avery Elle products. Let me scoot my chair over and get my price cheat sheet with me. First up, this is a stamp-only set. This is the Nordic Patterns Clear Set, and it is on clearance for $9. And this is really great. It consists of a number of different stamps. You can see each one of these lines is a different stamp, and you can combine these in all different ways to create a fun Nordic pattern background. You can use just one, you can use the snowflakes, repeat it, or you can combine these together. I think this is a really, really great stamp set. This is the Nordic pattern stamp set, and it is on clearance for $9. Next up is a stamp and die set. This one is called Winter Friends, and the closeout price on this is $20.40. You can see we have all these cute little critters, the bunny, the dog, we have a penguin, we have a little squirrel going sledding, we have some sentiments, we have trees and packages and snowflakes, and this one does come with the coordinating die set. This is Winter Friends, and it is on closeout for $20.40. Next up is another Avery Elle stamp and die set. This one is called Cocoa Stand, and this is a great little peekaboo die set. You can see that you get this little stand here. You can have it be a hot cocoa stand. You can have it be a tree farm. There we have the little bear. You can see his little paws to peek out. There's some Christmas lights. We have trees, a sled, some garland, lots of fun things, and you can see there we have the coordinating die set. So that is Cocoa Stand, and it is on clearance for $22.80. Next up, we have some great kind of underwater themed holiday sets that are from this year. This one again is a stamp and die set. It is called Joyu Narwhal, and you can see we have all these fun we have the narwhals, we have some penguins, here we have a whale and a turtle. They are all decked out for the holidays, and we have some great sentiments with them. We also have a die set that is the Joyu Narwhal, and that clearance price is $21.30. Here is a sample card that shows those guys in action. And are you talking about the Cocoa Stand, Katie? Let me know if that's the one and if it's available. Next up, I want to show you this die. This is not the die that was used on this card, but it is a similar die. This is the Ray die, and it is on clearance for $15.60. It cuts out the rectangle, it cuts out this little circle down here, and then it has all these fun burst or ray lines coming out of it, kind of similar to what you see on this card. So this is the Ray die, and it is on clearance for $15.60. This next one would be a great accompaniment to the Narwhal set. This is a stamp set with dies. This one is called Santa Jaws, and the clearance price is $21.30. And this one, we have all these sharks in their holiday finery there. This one has the Christmas tree on his back. We've got some sentiments on there. And this also has the die set with it. This is the Santa Jaws set, and it is on clearance for $21.30. The last one of our Avery Elle is a great die that would work with these underwater holiday sets. This one is the Waves die. It is on clearance for $15.60. This is a really great background die. It cuts out the outer rectangle frame, and then it cuts out all these fun waves. I really, really like this one. This is the Waves die, and it is on clearance for $15.60. Stitching in card making and paper crafts has gotten very popular recently, and we have some great stitching dies. The first two are from Memory Box. This one is the plush big penguin, and he is on clearance for $14.10. This one can certainly be cut out of paper, but he really works really well if you cut him out of felt. He has the different parts here. So he has the basic shape, the feet, we have the inside part, and the eyes and the beak, so you can do different colors. And then you can cut a backer out, and you can stitch it together and stuff it, and they make really cute little plush ornaments or toys. So that is the Big Penguin plush die, and he is on clearance for $14.10. This next one may not make much sense, but I will show you some samples here in a minute. This is a stitched circle die, and this die just does these two different rings of little holes that you can then use to stitch. It does not cut the outer edge. There's some great samples. You can make a wreath with this, or lots of fun patterns, different ways that you can put it together. This is the Stitched Circle die, and it is on clearance for $12.60. And our last stitching die is a set from Waffle Flower Crafts. This one is the Square Stitchables die set, and it is on clearance for $9. And with this, you get this little tag. It cuts out the tag and does the little holes in it. Then you also get these two dies that do not cut on the outside edge. One does this long strip of holes, and this other one does the little squares of holes. And there are a lot of great samples on the Waffle Flower website. I will show you some of those here in just a minute. So that is the Square Stitchables die. It is on clearance for $9. Next, we have some florally things. I know we're moving into winter, but florals and nature-inspired things are always great. The first thing that I have is a clear stamp set from Picket Fence. This is a background stamp. It's a little small one. I think it's 4x4. This one is called Moths, and you can see that that is exactly what it is. And this one is on clearance for $7.20. I really like this clear set from Marianne Design. It is just a bunch of fun, kind of funky silhouette flowers. We've got also a little dragonfly down here and some stems. This one is called Fantasy, and this set is $6.30. And this just has these really pretty silhouette or bold florals. And this is another similar set. This one is from Tailored Expressions. This one is called Bouquet Whimsy, and it is on clearance for $10.80. Again, we have these solid, bold shapes here. We have this flower. I like it because it has an opening in the center. You can stamp in the little dots. We have some leaves, kind of some fall leaves, some leaves for your flowers. We have some stems, even a couple sentiments. Thank you, hello there, sending joy to you. So this is the Bouquet Whimsy clear set, and it is on clearance for $10.80. Next up is a large stamp set from Memory Box, and I love their large floral sets. They are so beautiful. This one is called Peony Garden Corner. It is on clearance for $14.40. You can see we have this beautiful large stamp of peonies. Indeed, it makes a corner. We also have some little individual peonies there. We have some leaves. We have the butterfly. And then we have some really great sentiments on here. Hello, thank you. You are wonderful. Kindness means so much. Heartfelt thanks. Congratulations, you're the best. This is the Peony Garden Corner stamp set for $14.40. And then we have a 6x6 paper pad from Craft Consortium. These papers are awesome. This particular one is called the Emporium, and this pad is on clearance for $6. And I can just tell you, these papers in here are really amazing. These are all double-sided papers, and usually some of these pads will have some spot varnish on them, or maybe a little touch of foil. They are really great papers. You get, I think you get 40 sheets in here. So this is a really great deal for just $6. Kind of to round out our floral notes here, I have some washi tapes from Memory Box. The first one that I have is wide washi tape. So this is 6 inches wide, and if I recall, there are 11 yards on each one of these, so you get a lot. This is the Rose Bouquet wide washi tape, and it is on clearance for $7.20. This one has a real pretty kind of watercolory look, and here is an example of what this is like. I didn't do a great job when I was putting this down. I was in a hurry, so I have a few wrinkles, but you can see I love how, depending on what you put it over, it can look different because the washi tape, of course, has some transparency to it. So that is the Rose Bouquet wide washi tape, and it is on clearance for $7.20. And I also have a narrow 1-inch wide washi tape. This one is the Cornelia Variegated. It is a fun little floral. This one is on clearance for $3. And this is not the colorway. The colorway that I have, I think, is different than either one of these, but this gives you an idea of what that pattern looks like. So that is the 1-inch Cornelia variegated washi tape. It is on clearance for $3. Next up, I have something a little bit different for you. These are some stretched burlap canvases. They are 8 inches by 8 inches, and they are on clearance for $4.50. You can paint on top of these, collage on top of these, and I just really like them. They're different because they are the burlap instead of the stretched canvas. So the 8 by 8 stretched burlap canvases are on clearance for $4.50. The last thing that I have for you are some kits. And here is a sample of what these little kits look like. They come in a little Altoid size tin. You can see we've covered them with some fun papers and some glitter papers. And inside we have some fun Santa images, more great papers. And then this particular one has a little snowman and a little glittered Christmas tree. And we also have one that has a Santa instead of the snowman. Now, the Santa and snowman come, they are not painted, so you do have to paint them and put them together. And some of the papers that I have are not exactly like this, but I have these kits here. They actually come boxed up really cute, so maybe would make a great gift for a crafty friend. These are $10 each. And if you want a kit, if you have a preference on snowman or Santa, I will try and fill that. I think I have 2 snowmen and 1 Santa. You can see here this one has a snowman in it and that fun Santa image. This one here is another snowman with a different Santa image. And then I also have one that has this Santa figure in it, as well as this Santa image. And there are instructions in here for completing these. So those are the little tin kits, and they are $10 each. All right, that is it for today. Before we get out of here, we will be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I will post an event up so you can, if you're planning on doing it, you might want to go ahead and mark that you are going, and that way Facebook will remind you about it. And oh yes, thank you, samples. Let's go do that. Even writing myself a note isn't good enough. Let's come up here to the thing. I think, Katie, maybe somebody beat you to the Santa kit, so it looks like maybe we'll do a snowman kit for you if that's okay. Let's come out here and let's show you some samples. All right, so first up, this is a sample of the Tailored Expressions Bouquet Whimsy stamp set. You can see how fun that is. Because you have all the different pieces, you can do lots of fun multicolored backgrounds. I think you could even make your own background paper if you wanted to. This is a sample of the new, what is it called? The right angle stencil. And you can see how amazing that is when you layer those stencils together. And I love how they did this one. They even made an eclipse card out of it. You can see that happy there. This is a sample of the Sunny Studios. I think this one, it was called the Classy Christmas set. You can see it has the poinsettias, the pine cones, the berries, the pine branches. Just a really, really beautiful set. This is that Peony Garden Corner stamp set from Memory Box. And here we have the Memory Box circle stitching, and you can see here how they have made a fun little wreath with that, but lots of other ways that you can do it. Here's another different way they did it. I love how they did it with the multicolored thread on the black. So lots of ways you can do that. Here is a sample with that the big plush penguin, and here they have just cut it out of paper and used it on a card. But here is a really adorable sample where they have done it out of felt and stuffed it. I love how she's done the embroidery there on the front. Really, really cute. And there is a sample with that old-fashioned signpost die from Memory Box. This is a sample with the square stitchable from Waffle Flower, and in this particular case I love they really didn't do very much stitching on it at all. You can see that they have just colored it in and done a little bit of stitching up there for the waves. I think that is really cute. So even if you're not into stitching, there's other ways you can use these. And I had wanted to show you this sample here because I think this is so cute. They did the one long strip and stitch that up in different colors of blues and browns, and then have the little dancing crabs on there. Super, super cute. So here we have some samples. This is a sample of that Ray die that I showed you from Avery Elle. And this one shows you two things. It has the waves background as well as the Santa Jaws set. Here is that waves background again and the narwhal set. There you can see that Nordic pattern background, how they've combined some of those. And I like how they left the center open so they could put a sentiment in there. Lots of different colors and ways you can combine that pattern. This one is the Winter Friends set from Avery Elle. And there is the Cocoa Stand. And last but not least are the Moths from Picket Fence. All right, so as I mentioned at the beginning, if you commented that you wanted to purchase any of these and you got them, you won't hear anything from me, and we'll just need you to come by and pay for and pick up your items by the end of this weekend, or give us a call if you can't make it in. And if there's something that you didn't get, if someone beat you to it, I will reply back to your comment and let you know that. And of course, you can always call in if you have a question about whether you got something or not. We have lots of other great products here that are on closeout prices. And as I mentioned, we will be back tomorrow with probably some classroom clearance, and some other Amanda is packaging up some items. These were some items that were donated for the school that they never picked up, and we are going to be selling those off and donating the bulk of the proceeds to the Bring Smiles to Seniors program. That, of course, is the program that we have been a collection point for cards for them, and it is a great program, and we would love to help them out a little bit financially as well. So we may have some of that tomorrow. If not, that'll be coming up soon. So hope you can join us tomorrow for our Facebook Live at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.